It's been a month where Jungkook gave their marriage a chance. Their bond grew stronger. His voice echoed from upstairs, loud and firm. She did not make him feel that he was imbued. Jungkook, I said I won't let you leave. You hear me? Downstairs, Ryan was laughing heartily, unable to hold back her mirth at his obvious frustration with her teasing. Ryan, oh come on now, Cookie, she called up the stairs, still chuckling. It was just a bit of harmless teasing. Don't get all worked up about it. Jungkook, harmless teasing? His footsteps thumped as he made his way down the stairs, an expression of mock irritation on his face. The way you were teasing me, I had to stop myself from throwing you over my shoulder and hauling you upstairs. Vine's laughter only increased at his words, her eyes shining with amusement. Vine, is that a threat or a promise? She teased, her tone a mix of playful challenge and genuine affection. Jungkook, it might be both, he retorted, a subtle smirk on his face as he closed the distance between them. Just be careful how much you keep teasing me, or I might lose my control. My eyes widened in innocence, her lips curving into a cheeky smile. Mine, oh dear, she said with exaggerated concern. Whatever shall I do if the great Jungkook loses control? His eyes narrowed, a mixture of amusement and irritation in his gaze. Jungkook, you cheeky little minx, he accused, pinning her against the wall with his strong frame. You are playing with fire, you know? Vine's heart raced as he pressed her against the wall, the thrill of his nearness and the challenge in his eyes sending a shiver down her spine. Vine, maybe I like playing with fire, she replied, her voice a breathless whisper. And maybe I like seeing how reeled up I can get you. A low growl escaped from his throat as he stared down at her, his eyes dark with desire. Jungkook, careful, Vian, he warned, his voice a low rumble. Because once I reeled up, I don't even if I'll able to stop myself from giving you exactly what you are asking for. Her breath hit at his words, her heart hammering in her chest. There was something about the dangerous edge in his tone and the heat in his gaze that both excited and scared her. Ryan, what if I don't want you to stop? She asked, her voice a sluttery whisper. His grip on her tightened, his hands twisting in the fabric of her shirt. Jungkook, careful what you wish for, he murmured, his mouth hovering dangerously close to her. Because once I start, I won't let you go until you are completely spent, until you can't remember your own name. Vine laughed softly, placing a hand on his chest. Vine, okay, okay. I was just kidding. How can you be so changed? She asked, her tone a bit teasing. He smiled softly, his grip on her waist softening. Jungkook, you have changed me, he admitted, his voice filled with sincerity. It's been such a short time, but you have made me believe in love and care again. You don't treat me as an invalid, as a charity case. You see me, the real me. Jungkook, and the craziest thing is, he continued, his eyes looking with hers. You never once made me feel like less of a man because of my imputation. You have been amazing. I never thought I would find someone like you. Vine's heart melted at his words, touched at the vulnerability in his eyes. She gently cupped his face in her hands, her touch tender. Vine, you never had to be anything but yourself with me, Cookie. She told him softly. I fell for the man you are, not the number of limbs you have. He closed his eyes, the weight of her words sinking into him. He would been so used to people seeing him, his amputation first, treating him like a fragile shell of a man, but not Vian. She was him as whole and strong, just as he was. Jungkook, you have no idea how much that means to me, he said quietly, opening his eyes to meet hers once more. Thank you, Vian, for believing in me when I did not believe in myself. Vian, And thank you, Cookie, she replied, leaning in to plant a soft kiss on his cheeks. For being strong, for fighting your demons and breaking your shell. He took a deep breath, his heart pounding like a drum in his chest. It was time. Time to take that leap of faith and put everything on the line. He reached into his pocket, withdrawing the shelf velvet box that held the ring. He would prepare for this moment. Then he knelt down on his knee, his eyes locked onto hers. Jungkook, why? He began, his voice unwavering and sincere. I love you more than anything. Will you make me the happiest man alive and marry me? Vine smiled widened at his words, her heart swelling with love for this man, yet a playful gleam sparkled in her eyes. Vine, we are already married, Cookie. She laughed. Do you forget? He chuckled, looking up at her from his knelt position. Jungkook, yeah, I know, he said, a mischievous grin on his face. But I want this marriage again, this time with our love. Not out of necessity or obligation, but because we choose each other wholeheartedly. Vine beamed down at him, her eyes shimmering with tears. Vine, always, she affirmed, her voice laced with love and commitment. No matter what life throws at us, I will always choose you, always stand by your side, always love you with all my heart. As Vine spoke, Jungkook's eyes closed, a wave of emotion washing over him. He tightened his arm around her, pulling her as close as possible, wanting to be as close to her as humanly possible. He buried his face in her hair, feeling the familiar scent of her against his skin. Jungkook, you are mine, he mumbled, the words half muffled by her hair. All mine, and I am never letting you go. Vine smiled gratefully, her heart full of love for the man holding her. Vine, thank you, Cookie, she murmured, looking up at him with soft, sincere eyes, for giving me a chance, for opening up your heart to me. I promise not to take it for granted ever. Jungkook, thanks to you for asking me to give us a chance, to give this marriage a chance. Just because of you, we are here now. Thanks, Vine, and I love you so much. And thanks for treating me like a common man, not looking at me like an impure. Ryan, you're amazing cook. Your ability matters. You have so much potential. Your prosthetic leg doesn't matter. I love you always. Saying this, they look at each other's eyes. Their lips met in a tender, heartfelt kiss that spoke volumes of the love they shared. The world around them faded away until it was just the two of them, intertwined in an intense, passionate moment.